ITN Sport, The Den.
That's the Aberdeen side, and they're heading for their 8th successive Premier Division win, which would be an equaling of the club record set during the great glory days under Alec Ferguson, and that's a big incentive for them, apart from trying to catch Rangers. And there's a man who is absolute class, Jim Bett. He really ran the show last week at Easter Road and scored an immaculate penalty kick, and I think in this important run in, his class and his experience will be a big plus for Aberdeen. There's Hamilton, relegated. We all feel sympathy with a club which is relegated, but they showed a little pluck and determination last week. And there's a gentleman, number 9, Stuart Gordon, who at least will be able to tell the grandchildren someday in the future that he scored the only goals of the game against the mighty Celtic when Accies beat them. That, of course, was last Saturday. There's a referee today, Bill Crombie from Edinburgh, and like us, I'm sure he enjoyed a wonderful trip up to the northeast in the sun. Off we go into a game which everybody expects Aberdeen to canter, but you know, you never know. I mean, every now and again Hamilton have been able to be very, very stubborn indeed, massing the defence behind the ball, and they might just get it into the minds even on this lovely day to be able to try and spoil the party, as it were. There's Alec McLeish already left the defensive role to edge near the Hamilton penalty area. There he is. Oh, that's lovely striker's touch. On that far side is corner. And Aberdeen immediately, well, 35 seconds, let's say, have won a corner kick. Close one with Bett. There's Bett again. He tried to drive that in. Grant, whoops. Brad number 4, quite right to go forward and try, but it was always, well, as bad as my sandwich shots. Nicely flicked on, but picked up again by Aberdeen. That's a free kick, surely. The referee has to stop the play, and there'll be a word of warning for Colin Miller. Kind of apologetic nod by the Accies player. Studly figure indeed. Looking for the 1-2, and it comes beautifully. Good play by Charlie Nicholas, and Paul Mason almost came off. Very, very much like that goal I was describing last week. It was Charlie Nicholas who set him up for it, and he has an eye for getting into space. Watch it. Last week it was more a loft into space. That one was trundled in front of him. A little bit of wrestling between the two players, and Jim Bett is up. Evan is there as well. Hooked away by Colin Harris. Hamilton defending stoutly, relying on a quick breakaways. Ooh, that was far too obvious. There's a run forward again by Paul McDonald. He's got a lot of pace, this lad. Oh, yes. And Willie Miller right in the way as usual. Great defensive play again. Makes it look so absurdly simple at times. Oof. Well, Connor doesn't have eyes in the back of his head. Well, nobody coming at him. Up comes Napier. Neat little turn, but runs out of support. That was a problem there. Now, Charlie Nicholas has got a little bit of freedom there. Been marking him very closely. But that's great play by Nicholas again, yes. Real touch of elegance about the way he drew opponents towards him, created his own little space by that jink, but it puttered out. Well, McDonald almost took off again. He's been very impressive, I must say. Must be one of the quickest players on the field. Well, big Alec McLeish has been giving the indication he wants to come forward as much as he can. I think Aberdeen in this situation with Hamilton very defensive have got to get people in from the back unexpectedly. Look at that, superb pass by Nicholas. Grant again, a good save by Ferguson. No penalty, Lod claims, and that is the most subtle piece of splitting a defence you could see from Charlie Nicholas. And every now and again you get a respite from Aberdeen attacking, but it isn't a very long respite. Well, that's a superb pass inside. Look at this, Nicholas, he must go himself, and does. Another bit, the opener, yes. Very good opener there by Paul Mason. Great play by Aberdeen, a beautiful 1-2. Nicholas wanted to go himself, almost got it through, and Mason came in, drilling in the first one. And that's with, I make it about 18 minutes gone of this game. There goes Mason, and now he's scored the opening goals in 2 consecutive games. Oh, given away there stupidly by Napier. This is right, free kick. Rather crude tackle there by Kevin McKee. McLeish, he is going to have a shot, and it's a good one. Oh yes, 9 out of 10 for that. 10 out of 10 if he had really put it away, but that's a very fine strike for a central defender. Sometimes they can put them right out of the park, and a very, very fine save by Ferguson. Corner, right, Grant. Bet, closely challenged. Willie Miller comes up, makes a mistake. And there's always an extra Aberdeen player in. A Miller mistake is never a real disaster. So good is the understanding of that Aberdeen defence. Connor, quite his game actually. Nicholas, superb. Oh, that need cut back quicker. Nicholas just touched away McKimmie. And so it goes on, and Hamilton survive. And we're seeing from Nicholas in attack some of the most superb, delicate, subtle play I've seen in a long time. And that was just a little bit too much, that. Nicholas again, the 1-2, and that's a corner kick. McLeish might just get the touch. He does. Look at this. No covering at all. That's a great save. And Nicholas can't put it away. And that really ought to have been 2. In fact, there were 3 players who could have made it 2. Just look at this. Good jump by McLeish. Look at the marking. There was nobody there. That's a very fine save. And Charlie, I think, tried to put it off his studs. Didn't quite make it. Feels for the handball again. Referee just waves play on. But this is Mason. Tremendous pressure on this Hamilton defence. They're just happy to get it near the halfway line. Corner has taken off after it, but he'll never reach it. It's a goal kick, and the Hamilton defenders get a little breather, but I doubt very much it is going to last all that long. Corner. Forced back this time, and Miller has to get this. Ooh, he's almost caught. Still fighting for it. Oh, great play by Miller. He fought out of that. That was the old heat coming off there. He was really under pressure. Managed to get out of it, and now the counter-attack. There is Bet. Nicholas. Oh, they're putting too much play in the ball. Far too elaborate. Got to be a little more direct than that. And I'll tell you, it looked as if Willie Miller had perhaps made a dreadful mishap in losing possession. He got it back so well. As I said, an example of the old heat. Urban in corner, picks it up beautifully. Way though by McKee. It's McDonald. Trying to give a lot of the ball to McDonald. He does that superbly well. That's a useful ball in Snelder. An excellent run again by McDonald, and he's shown his pace right from the start. That was a little bit of skill there, and he did right to get that across and bring out the best save of the day from Snelder. Just kept in play, and interception there by Urban, which was very important. Now Bet. Right. Timmy. He played towards. Well, that's the second. Oof. Bet. He took the words right out of my mouth. From this angle, it looked like the second one. Well, this Hamilton defence was beginning to disintegrate. They didn't know where they were. That was a shot, snapshot by Bet. Nicely on to McDonald. If Hamilton are going to do anything, I think it'll be from the feet of this speedster. And I think the half-time whistle is gone. It has indeed. Aberdeen go in by that one goal in the lead, and frankly that is a distortion of the reality of this game, which is one of an enormous gulf in class and standard and ability, and really it should have been 4 or 5. The single goal, of course, lovely follow-up by Paul Mason in the 18th minute after Charlie Nicholas had tried to wriggle his way through. Good save by Alan Ferguson, who's been having a fine afternoon, by the way, but no chance of him stopping that opening goal. Well, Hamilton have brought a brave little band of loyal supporters with them, and I suppose starting the second half they'll want to play out the season as proudly for their sakes, if nothing else, and trying very hard to stop Aberdeen scoring any more goals and perhaps get back into the game themselves, although they haven't at all looked like it, except on one occasion. And Aberdeen defence has held out until now, that is. And I think Aberdeen must really be kicking themselves. They had so many opportunities in that first half. There they are, they're the Hamilton Ackie supporters. About, I would say about 50 of them. Miller all on his own. To McLeish. No challenge there by McDonald. That was too close to Urban, and Urban himself was too close to the touchline. Big, long legs of Alec McLeish. Sometimes you think he's beaten, and then out it stretches. Oh, there's a gift to Connor. Corner kick. cuts in and McLeish tries to go for it. Oh, it's brilliantly saved, but it can't be stopped. Charlie Nicholas. Second effort. 2-0. 7 minutes gone. And really a free header. Alec McLeish. And then that little touch on by Wright and Charlie Nicholas in to make it sure. There's Urban. Beautifully done by Bet. Now corner. Two players inside him. One of them is Grant. It was useful. I think Ferguson had that covered. He didn't really go out of his way to follow the ball. This might give us a better idea of just how near it was. That was Grant who put it over the bar that last time, and I think Ferguson realized it was always spinning away. Kept it well. And it's right behind everybody. Nicholas, he'll try a chip. He does. Oh, that was almost in. And it's just over. Superb play by Nicholas. It's his kind of day. Desperately unlucky. But he was. Watch this. He picks it up. And then with the utmost delicacy, totally stranded the goalkeeper off the crossbar. Back by McDonald, who's beginning to move over to the other side of the field, and that was a free kick. So Jim Bet to take this. Again, Urban coming in there, getting it across the penalty area. Alec McLeish gets a touch. There's Nicholas. There he is again, that's time. Yes, the second, Aberdeen's third. About 16 minutes of the game remaining. And sheer persistence paid off for Charlie Nicholas. Alec McLeish, I don't really think should have got a touch in the first play. That ball should have been cleared, but he got it across. It was all very untidy and then smacked cleanly at last into the net. Second of the day for Charlie Nicholas. Nice play by Connor. Very congested. No offside. Here's Nicholas. And there's a header by Vandermark. Yes, he put it to the wrong side. I think if he'd just been a little more direct, you'll see what I mean. He tried to flick it to the side rather than just meeting it flush and sending it straight. Should be intercepted and is. And there goes a final whistle. Comfortable afternoon for Aberdeen. And there was the man who I think was the man of the match, Charlie Nicholas. Quite superb in front of goal. Delight to see the way he can produce this subtle and skillful play. And Aberdeen get another valuable 2 points.